Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to do a little shopping. We're going to do a little planting. We're going to do a lot of things. Come on, let's go. So I headed over to my local Home Depot. So for me, this was a really great deal because it was 3 plants in one container, making each plant $1.11.
Hi, you too. Nice talking to you. Good talking to you too. Good luck with it.
Call me corny, but I just love the conversation that happens in the garden section. Of people from every walk of life out there just doing what they love, and they're talking and they're giving each other advice. I just love that. I do know that when I first went to the garden center, it's very overwhelming. I went in there, I did not have a plan, so I would advise, if you are new to gardening, definitely have a plan. And because you go in, you see all these vegetables and fruits that you love, and so you want to get everything. But then you may not have the space to accommodate it. And even if you do have the space to accommodate it, you have to maintain everything so you can reap the harvest of your hard work. So just take that into consideration. Again, I am not a pro at this. I'm just learning as I go. So we've had these pavers in the yard for a little while now, and my husband clearly is not doing anything with them, so I'm going to put them in my garden. Thinking about putting these over here on my little walkway. It'll cut down on some of the weeds, I hope. I don't know. We'll see. Y'all, while I was getting the tools out of the shed, I noticed that, I guess this is a bluebird because it's a blue egg. I would assume that it's a bluebird. But I found a blue eggshell in my yard, and I was looking down on the ground, and I don't think, I didn't see the bird down there. So he or she clearly did not fall. But I thought that was so neat because that's something that you just don't see every day. At least I don't. So this project was a labor of love. I think anytime I'm in the yard, it's always a labor of love because I'm sweating, I'm hot, I'm sore, I'm bending. The next day, it really shows that I was outside in the yard working, but it was so worth it. So what I did was I just kind of I didn't throw them. I placed them onto the ground just to see where I wanted to put them. And I'm probably not doing this correct, so please do not follow my direction. Ask a masonry or get with someone who is more familiar with this. Again, I was just doing this to use the pavers, but I basically got my flat shovel and I was shoveling up the weeds and dirt. The dirt was so hard right here, but I was able to get them up. Okay. Whew, I'm out of breath. I've only done 3. They're not perfect, but they'll do what I need them to do. They're not like flush level. I'm assuming that maybe the water and the dirt will wash down and they'll settle in a little bit more. But again, they're gonna do what I need them to do. So I've done those 3. Oh, those 3. And I gotta still go and do these 3. I'll let you see how I'm doing it. It's a labor of love. Okay, so this is what made complete sense in my head to do. I just took my shovel and first I laid it out to where I wanted it to be. I took a shovel and I just kind of drew a border, if you will, around, and I just dug the dirt up and placed the paver in. And if I needed a little more space, then I just dug around a little bit more. But for the most part, like I said, these are just for me to just get them out of the yard, to do something with them, and to make like a little walking space while I'm out in the garden. Again, I'm sure there's a much easier way, but in my mind, this was the easiest way. It was a labor of love for sure, but they are out there and they are doing exactly what I wanted them to do. So comment below if you've ever done anything like this. Like, give me some tips. Should I go ahead and put some type of weed barrier right there where the weeds won't come through? Because I feel like that's going to be a problem. And I do want to maintain a clean, seamless look here. I open this up so when I come off the main porch, I can come here. Okay, so here's the walkway. Again, you can tell I started getting the dirt more level with the brick, but for the most part, this is what it's gonna do. Like, I can feel a little height in this one, so I probably will go in and dig this one down a little bit. These are more seeded. Yeah, that one needs to come down. All these probably can come down just a little bit, but it's fine for now. This one's still kind of rocking. But yeah, this little walkway out. You can see it's about to rain. Just sweep these off. And to be completely honest, I don't know why I swept these off, because it was pointless. It ended up raining. Yes, it did. And I guess I just wanted to get the dirt off so I could get a better look to visualize what it would look like, or what they would look like. But anyways, this is probably the craziest thing I've done. Pretty. Something else that I was thinking, I think that would be pretty cool and neat, is to put some marigolds along the lines here, because they do attract pollinators and it helps your garden a lot. So that may be something that I'll do there, so it just doesn't look any bare. I probably should have put something in between there so it would not get weedy in between. Oh well. Here are the grapes. So this grapevine has been in the yard for maybe 2 or 3 years, and definitely during my time of starting my garden. And last year we were able to get one bunch of grapes off, and they were really, really good. So this year I'm hoping for at least 2 clusters. You know, if we get more, great. If we get at least 1, that's awesome. But my husband and I, more so my husband than I was just a support person there. These are, I think, 2x4s that we took, and he nailed those up so the vines would continue to trail. And this is my rosemary. I actually hate that I planted it here, but it's just so hardy and it's doing so well that I hate to move it, because I feel like it's going to die. I do right here. I want to get, so these I planted last year. Got 1 hosta. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I think I got maybe 3 hostas and split them. And this is how they're coming back. Very full. This one I don't think it can do well because the monkey grass is here, so I want to take this and move it out. Thought I had gotten it all out, but apparently I didn't. And then, but you can see I split them. Now last year they were looking a little thin, but you can't even tell I split this one. Like, look how big it is. It's huge. So those are starting to come back. Those are in perennials, so they come back every year. There's my little rose bush. This is a wild weed, but it makes really pretty purple flowers in the morning. Don't know the name of it, but I think I'm gonna get rid of it. But I need to clean this out, put more mulch in, maybe put some little colorful flowers or something like that in there. But now, this is project number 1 completed. I pulled up the broccoli that had gone to seed. Really would like to leave it, but I really don't have a whole lot of space for other things. These are starting to go to seed as well. These are the Brussels sprouts. They're pretty big, and I think this is probably as big as they're gonna get. So I need to get them, cut them off, get them out. I had a cabbage here. That had a head on it, and there that had to end up pulling up because it never got any bigger and it split. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take up the collards. I think they've done all they're gonna do. It's starting to get warm. Probably will take this leaf in, it's pretty big. But take all of these up and then plant my beans. Do want to try to get something in the ground because it is going to rain, but I don't think I'm gonna have time. So here's what I got at Home Depot. I got, look, I need to separate this too. This has been with me since 2020. And I just saw this one. When they fall off, they start to make another little flower at the end. This is a hen and chick. Very easy to grow. They like a dry climate. But all the ones that have fallen down in here, they'll start just coming out. So I need to repot these. These are all succulents. And then these right here I got at Walmart many years ago, 4 years ago. They were the little bitty 1 to 2 inch ones in the garden center. And look how big they are. This one makes a pretty yellow flower. This is rosemary. I think it's some thyme. Yeah. That's actually oregano. But it's all herbs in here. This one was rosemary too, it died. So I need to get that out because I know it needs to come out. But okay, back to Home Depot. So I got 1 romaine lettuce. And my very first year, I found out that I put this in the yard and it did not do well. So it does not like a lot of sun. Learned that the hard way. We always say I have a green thumb. I just have a lot of trial and error under my belt. But this right here, it tells you that it's light sun. So I'm gonna put this in a pot on the porch here. And then I got, I think this is the squash. Let me see. This is the straight neck squash. I usually get the crook neck. I don't know. That's just always something I saw my mom buy years and years at the store when we would go. But this was, I think, $3.33. And there's 3 in there. So essentially it was just $1.11. So that's 3 plants right there. So that's a tip that I would say when you're looking for flowers or any vegetables, just go ahead and try to find one that has multiple in it because you get more bang for your buck. These will separate very easily. I've done it several times with plants and other vegetables. This is I think this is the heirloom tomato. I heard these are really good. So I wanted to try one. So here's some summer squash, but it tells you right here that they require full sun. You can grow these in a container, but I'm going to do direct sow. I'm in orange zone, and I can plant from March to September. So I think I'm going to do some succession planting.
Succession planting is the manner in which you plant your seeds so you always have something to harvest from your garden.
And then you plant another. That was a mistake I made my first time gardening, is that I planted everything, and then once it was done, it was done. And so if you succession plant, you can always have produce. This is a new item, bunching onions. These are a all-time favorite. Love these, and they grow really quickly, really easy. Love these. Cucumbers for salads, and I got the smaller ones because they don't have the big seeds in them. And last year I planted a sunflower plant. I just got one from a local market, and the birds, it was so pretty, and I always found the sun. It would turn towards the sun, and the birds would just eat them and like peck at it. And I was like, what are they doing? And my husband's like, they're eating the seeds out of your sunflower. So I'm gonna try to save some this year. What did I get? Oh, these are the little salad tomatoes. I was like, what did I get? So I'm always, buying tomatoes at the store, so why not just grow some fresh? It's raining. Do I hurry up and get these tomatoes in the ground, or do I go in and wait another day? Ouch. I got hit in the eye. Let's hurry up. So when I get the momentum to do something, like I want to finish it. Like when I have the energy, I'm in a good mood about doing it, and I have the time, and I'm like, let's just do all the things. But unfortunately, sometimes the weather says otherwise. So it's really not raining yet. It was more or less sprinkling. So it was still doable. So I was really trying to move
kind of quickly, even though I did speed the video up a little bit, so it looks like I'm really moving this fast. But no, this is a little fast pace, little speed. Here I just take, so I'm taking the tomatoes, and anytime I have something that's potted, I will take and break up the roots to kind of let them stretch their legs, if that makes sense, when they get down in their new home. So that's another little pro tip. Don't put them directly from the container into the dirt or the soil, wherever you're putting them. All right, got them in there. So you guys remember this for me if I forget. This is the heirloom and this is the salad tomatoes. Okay, I may or may not rip these up real quick. I don't know. I keep feeling raindrops. I'm really trying to get these up and out. I don't know. Should I save it for another day? Y'all, I went ahead and pulled them up because I do want to, once the rain has stopped, it's still kind of just sprinkling a little bit. It's really not bad, but I don't have the time. I don't feel like the weather's going to hold up for me to get these leaves. So these are some pretty good sized leaves. So what I'm going to do is I left these to come back and harvest them after the rain and everything. Pull those up, put those in our recycling bin for the yard. And I do want to go back through here real good and get all these weeds out. So I think what I'm going to do, usually I have maybe like three or six, I think it's 6 in the past, tomato plants, and it's just been way too many. I'm the only one in the house that eats tomatoes, and I give a lot of them away, which I absolutely do not mind sharing, but I do want to keep more of the bed for some other things that I really want to have in here this year. The rain on the papers, so it's not too bad. It's just sprinkling. I'll let these cabbages go and see how long they go before the worm starts eating on them. I'm going to take the Brussels sprouts out, cut them off of the stalks, get rid of them, and decide what I'm going to do with this bed. Those onions need to come up. Oh gosh, so much to do. So some more weeding in here. The papers, I really like the way those are looking. Yeah, so thinking about putting some marigolds along the side of the pavers, and I think probably just get some more of these to come in right here, because this is usually where I come in on this side, and over there is where I come in from that side. I am out of breath. Whew. And I think I probably need to dig in here a little bit to see if there are any more potatoes.